Hi, I'm so glad you could be with us today. We are here to present to you Weimer Meats, and this is our USDA facility. This is my husband, Wade. We are the owners here. My oldest son, Blake Weimer, and my youngest son, Travis Weimer. We're here today to discuss what USDA actually means. USDA means that it's inspected, federally inspected. There's an inspector here Monday through Friday on the premises between the hours of 7 and 3:30. So they are here along with a veterinarian. They are here to inspect hourly by minute. And what that entails is that this bullseye right here says that this meat was inspected. This label also has everything on there that you need to see. A safe handling label that needs to be refrigerated or frozen, the cut of the meat, where it was processed at. This is actually a cut that was raised on our farm and that we had processed here for ourselves. And of course, it has our establishment number of 9958 and our address and phone number. So that's a point of contact. And of course, the weight of the product, the price of the product, and ready for the consumer in their freezer. It is really important that you know when you're purchasing a USDA product that it has that bullseye marker on there, and anybody can look up that establishment number. Again, we are 9958. Anytime that you're at a farmer's market, they should all have products that are done here. That's what we do here. A lot of farmers markets, individuals, farmers that want to sell within their own homes, they have to have a certification, state inspected area within their homes that they can carry this product, then to go to the farmer's market for you. Everything that is you see at a farmer's market, they should have that bullseye on there for you.
Right now, we're going to talk a little bit about beef, and if you were to purchase a beef off a farmer, we're going to talk about live weight, and rail weight, and take-home weight. And so you purchase that beef off of a farmer, it gets delivered here. Say a rail weight of, let's just say a rail weight of, like this chart here says 1,000 pounds, and that's the live weight, and it's going to hang on the rail at 600 and approximately 15 pounds. It's gonna hang in a cooler really anywhere from 14 to 21 days. Some hang longer, out to 28 days. And then we will bring them back into this room here where they're processed. And so we start cutting your steaks, roast, hamburger, trimming the fat, getting rid of bones. Approximate take-home weight is going to be down around that 400, about 432 pounds from that original weight we started at the 1,000 pound range. And that gives you a real good idea of what your take-home would be on 1,000 pound beef.
Weimer Meats is here to educate you about the carcasses, the live weights, the hanging weights. If you call our shop, the 724-668-7062 number, that's our central line. That's directed for here or our custom facility. And we are here to answer those questions. And that's what we're going to do today. So at any point in time, you can call us. We can send you that packet of information that we have here. Our information, of course, has all of our processing fees. There's no hidden things in there. Everything that we do at our shops. One of the biggest questions we always get is cuts of meat, where they're from. And what am I going to get by purchasing this half a beef or a quarter? So I have it broken down in this pamphlet for you. As you can see, the boys are holding up charts here, and you can go online. You can view these charts at any point in time. And I want to just explain that every butcher shop is a little bit different. Everybody cuts a little bit differently. So things that you might see on here, not saying that it won't look like that. There's many, many different cuts here that really are the same exact thing. These charts can be found both online. They have a real good explanation of the breakdowns of the areas that each cut comes from. One of the biggest questions we get is the cuts of meat pertaining to the steaks. Everybody loves steaks. The steaks, I like when you come into the shop, I like to show you pictures and examples of those steaks. We like to break it down according to our cut up sheet, how it actually is coming off on the saw. So if Wade holds this cutting up sheet, we follow this cutting sheet up according to your cut, how you prefer that all these cuts are done. We start off with the front end and then the hind end. And as we're filling out the sheet, whether it's verbally or you come into the shop, we circle what selection that you would like. and it gets transferred then to the cutting. Short ribs. Short ribs can be cut in many different methods. At our shop, particularly most people get them English cut, which are in the little squares, or they can be in strip form or plate form. We also have a brisket. Brisket is really popular right now. There's many guys putting them in a smokehouse, putting the rubs on them, and it is that cut of meat that takes some tender love and care. You've got to cook it for at least 12 plus hours. There's a brisket that's offered to you. Stew meat, kebab meat, those are all little specialty things. If you want those separate, set aside, we can do those for you. The next section we have is the loin section, where ribeyes, delmonicos, and prime rib comes from. A lot of people think that those steaks are coming from different areas of the beef. It's really strictly coming from the front end, starting at the top and working the way down to the midsection of the back. The ribeyes technically are just the ribeye steak with a bone on there. Once I remove this bone, you end up with a delmonico. It's just changing the name. It's not coming from a different area. It just changes the name. If I don't cut it up into a steak, then we end up with a prime rib roast, which is very popular around the holidays. Once we finish that up, we move to the hind section, and we have a sirloin tip. Because the sirloin tip is a boneless cut, there's multiple, I call it the universal piece of meat. You can do multiple different things with it. We offer to keep it as a roast, to break it down into steaks, or if you like chip steak. Right now, cooking chip steak on a Blackstone grill is super popular. You can do that for dinner for steakums, or if you're making fajitas or whatever you want, really thin steak. We offer that for chip steak. Flank steak, everybody says to me, what is a flank steak? It's actually one of my favorite cuts. It's a little on the thinner side as far as a steak. It's pictured right here. I always tell people it's about the size of a sheet of paper, depending on what beef you're getting it from. Some beef are small, some beef are large, so it just really depends on the beef. We can put a pocket in there for you. A lot of people like to stuff it with vegetables, put it in the oven that way. Some people will put this in the crock pot, and it has a different texture. It'll kind of be like a pulled pork type texture. Or I like to cut mine up for strips and call it stir fry. Those are all options for that flank steak there. We have skirt and tri-tip. Skirt is not a real common steak, but it's becoming more popular as it's branching out into the restaurants. And tri-tip is a triangle shaped roast. Not too many people want that. However, it's becoming also another new popular cut. A lot of people at the farmers markets are promoting that, and it's becoming a new popular cut. We have the rolled rump roast, and that's the one that's in the netting, and everybody seems to enjoy that. However, it's on preference based. Because it's coming from the hind section, it can tend to be a little bit more dry because it has less marbling from the front end. So these are all cuts that, of course, are explained in these charts in the direction that they're coming from. So we're working from the front end, clear down to the hind section. We're left off with the very last section, which most of your steaks come from, which is the short loin section, working down to the back end of the beef, towards the rump side, the round section. And that section, you have your T-bones. And T-bones are one of my favorite things to explain because there's so many different things that you can do with the T-bone and the porterhouse. Again, it's the same exact cut of meat. You're not getting it from a different area. We are strictly getting it from the short loin right here at the top, working down the spine of the animal. The T-bone section, it gets its name because it has a T-shaped bone. If we remove that bone, we're gonna take this side and we call it the New York strip. If we take this side, it's the filet mignon. It's the same exact cut meat, I just removed the bone. If it's all joined up and it has that filet on there, then that's simply called a porterhouse, and I call it the largest T-bone. Next steak we have is a sirloin steak. Sirloins, you have all different names for a sirloin. You can have the top sirloin, you can have a bottom sirloin, but our sirloins are just your general sirloin. Once again, they're about the size of a sheet of paper. The ones in the restaurant, you think, wow, I purchased a sirloin at the restaurant. It wasn't as large as that. That's because they're just taking that large sirloin that you're getting and really breaking it out into an ounce portion for you. Then we have the round section. And of course, our round section, you can break that down into top, eye, and bottom. And explaining what the top, eye, and bottom means, this is one large round steak. Your biggest section is your top round. The next little section over here is your eye of round, and then the bottom portion is your bottom round. So we have top, eye, and bottom. They consider top the highest grade, the eye of round, the medium grade, and the bottom, the lowest grade. So if I always recommend to customers, the bottom could be a roast. It could be cube steak. We could run it through the tenderizer for you. Of course, you can get more ground meat that way. The eye of round could be eye of round roast. The top, a lot of people like that section even to be chipped. If you want more chip steak or steakum type meat, those are all options there for that round steak. After it's all filled out, I get a lot of questions that say, okay, so what am I actually getting? How much is my take home? That goes from that rail weight. Like Wade said earlier, that rail weight, say it's 300 pounds. That was the hanging weight on the cooler before we cut it up. If it's that hanging weight of 300, on average from doing this so often, we take that 58%. I have seen them go clear up to 62, 63%, and as low as 52%. However, if we take that number 300, and that's your hanging weight, and we multiply that by 58%, that's going to give you a rough estimate. If we take exactly everything that I had mentioned, that's considered a regular cut. Take that number 300 by 58%, and you should end up with a number. Half of that number is half burger, and the other half is usually your cut.
Here at Weimer Meats, USDA, we can process sheep, lambs, goats, beef, and pigs. USDA inspected. We can process it directly for you. It's inspected with the stamp 9958. It's ready to go for if you want to sell it to farmers markets, restaurants, stores, anything you want to do with it, or you can use it right in your household if you just want the peace of mind of having your beef inspected. So if you're a farmer looking for other options on selling your meat, once it's inspected, you can sell it out of state. Like I talked about a little bit before, restaurants, food trucks, there's lots of options out there for you, and we can prepare everything for you right here.
Here at Weimer Meats, we can custom label for our customers as well. This is our new computer system. This is our scale. So when you call into our shop and you're a new customer, you can directly send me a JPEG picture image of your logo, and we upload it into our system. This is an example here of our logo, and we have put, of course, the address, that's your point of contact, the USDA stamp. We have to keep refrigerated or frozen, and of course the product name that will come up as we are cutting the product, nice, big, and bold. The safe handling directions, the net weight of the product, and the price per pound, and the total price. It also has other selections of boxes if you would like on there, the date that can be added, and we always put a lot number. Everything has a lot number. So if it was one carcass, that carcass has a lot number, and that entire cut of beef, every single cut out of there is the same lot number. So all you have to simply do is email me a JPEG picture, and we will customize a label for you and have it in approval, and it'll be uploaded in our system. Labeling is getting to be one of the top priorities. Especially not so much even for beef, but also for pork products, because the ingredients within sausage. We try to stay away from, of course, the MSG, the gluten sensitivities. So if this was a pork label, in this bracket there would be a section for your ingredients. So there's no hidden things in there. If you have allergies, if you have those concerns, that would be right on that label in that section there for you.
Our cutting room here at Weimer Meats. As you can see, there's a vacuum packer. Everything that is vacuum packed here that has a bone in it goes into a 5 mil bag with bone guard. Boneless cuts are into a 3 mil bag. We have our labeling section over there where everything is labeled. As she comes around here, this is where the beef comes out of the cooler to the bandsaw. Cuts are made, hamburgers boned out. Grinder is in the corner back here. Then you also see a hydraulic stuffer there, which we can do anything from finger links, link sausage. Hamburger is portioned into 1 pound packs for you. And that pretty much covers the cutting room. This is our aging cooler here at Weimer Meats, and The beef hang, really, it's customer's preference, anywhere from 14 to 28 days. And we're going to move on down through here and show you the cooler. This is the chill cooler. The beef come off of the harvest floor into here for the first 24 to 48 hours. The way they slowly cool down before they are moved into the aging cooler. This is the unloading area at Weimer's Meat Processing. We're going to give out some information here for the farmers that are dropping off. Trailers unload on this side. Big trucks on this side, and we can unload anything from a tractor and trailer, a straight truck, to a small livestock trailer. And we're going to take a walk in here and show you the holding facilities. We got several individual pens, cattle on this side, hogs and lambs, goats on that side. And just make sure when you unload, you keep the gate shut and mark your pen down.
So livestock are dropped off, we have to supply them with food and water.
They come in here in a stress-free environment, just as they were at their own farm. We even have farmers that will bring the same food if they were feeding a certain feed, bring that same food in, and we'll distribute the food even if they're getting dropped overnight or morning up. So they're never here lacking with any food or water, the same as they would be at their own farm facility. Weimer Meats, USDA, we're here to stay. We're here to help the local community and surrounding areas. We're known for customer satisfaction and being able to provide our professional... I can't. Providing our customers with professional knowledge about the meat industry, the products that are available to the consumer. We're here to answer questions anytime, and we thank you for your time. Hi, we'd like to welcome you here to our custom facility at Weimer Meats. We are located here at 559 Weimer Road. As you heard, Weimer Road, that's because it's been in here for 3 generations, in business for over 40 years, established by Wade's grandfather.
My grandfather and dad established the business in 1981, and they ran the business for about 30 years, and now it got turned over to me and Melinda and our kids, and we run a custom facility here, and we're going to take you on a little tour today.
So come on in, we'll show you around. You've entered our office. This is where we like to greet all the customers as you come in. This is our pickup area. We do offer custom processing, as I had mentioned before here. This is also where we like to retail our meats. Compared to other facilities, all of our meat is retailed through our freezer. So it's flash frozen. As we cut it, it's put directly into the freezer, and you just make those purchases as you walk in the door. Other things that we process here, as far as custom, is the beef, the swine, sheep, goats. We do poultry, and also we are a wild game processor.
So I'm going to explain a little bit about what custom is and how it works. So a farmer brings the beef in for us to process. He has individuals that he would like to sell it to. All the packages have to be marked not for sale because they are not allowed to resell it as an individual cut. So the farmer is allowed to break the beef down into a half. They can break it on down into a quarter, even go as far as eighths. So yeah, once they break that down as far as the eighth, it has to be used in those households that they sold the eighth to. And they just can't sell individual cuts from that point on. And that's why it says not for sale right on the package.
Not for sale. That's what not for sale means.
And this also isn't limited to just farmers. Any individual that would like to purchase a beef somewhere, they can bring it to us. We can process it for them. Literally the best way to get the meat directly from the farm to their table.
What does custom exactly mean? As we described earlier in the video, custom simply means customizing that beef for you, customizing the time frame that beef is hanging. So if you prefer that you only want it to hang over 24 hours of a period of time, that's your choice, because you're buying it custom. You're not buying it USDA inspected, you're buying it custom to your choice, to your preference. If you simply want this entire cut up sheet to be all burger, that's your choice. The quality of that burger, it's gonna be really good because you're gonna be putting steaks in there. Do you want specific cuts? Absolutely. You want to customize it to your family, your household, and what you use. That's what custom means. It doesn't mean what the FDA, what USDA means. It means what you want. So if you want to purchase it from a farmer, or go out and find a farm to purchase that live animal yourself, or even go to the auction and bring it to me, we can customize that to your preferences.
Some people might ask, well, is there an inspector at the custom facility? Not all the time. We are randomly inspected quite often. They were just here about a week ago, and they stop in from time to time or whenever they are coming by. And but the USDA does require an inspector to be there every day.
As we said before, one of my jobs is to make you knowledgeable and aware of the meat industry and what we have to offer you here at Weimer Meats. One of my main priorities here is answering this phone 24/7. If you left us a message, we answer that. We pretty much have almost like curbside pickup. If you message us on our Facebook page, the next day we could have that ordered together if we have it in inventory, and that's as far as our retail end. Just call us up anytime through our business hours, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, and Saturdays we're here 9 to noon. We do offer those hours for pickup for retail. You can message us on our Facebook page. As I mentioned before, we all the time put up specialties that we have or offerings. We do the same thing as farmers. We raise our own cattle and pigs. We can get you half a pig, customize that to your preference. We can do a half a beef. What we're offering right now is a meat medley package. Since COVID, we have realized the hardships on families and the amount of money that maybe they can't fork out for a half a beef or half a pig, that the freezers just are not getting filled up with what the needs that they need in the meat industry. So we came up with a meat medley package that is a 40-pound box that has a mixture of chicken, pork, and beef. We hand selected some of our favorite sausages. There's always a package of steaks in there for you, maybe a smoked product of bacon or ham, just a variety of box that will fit into a standard freezer in your refrigerator. Maybe you're a couple that's just 2 people in your family, and buying that amount of meat is just too much for you. So we can offer those small packages for you. Again, everything's done at our USDA facility, our retail, and then brought back here for you purchase at any point.
Okay, and this is our cutting room here at Weimer Custom Meats. And starting over there, you have the grinder, the saw, cutting tables, wrapping station over there for people who want old school paper wrap done. Vacuum packer right here. Same policy here, 5 mil bags and bone guard on bone-in cuts, 3 mil bags on boneless cuts. And so once it's processed, packaged, then we'll move on over here and show you the freezer. Right now, we're gonna take you in the freezer and show you what our freezer looks like. Here's our freezer. All the meat is stacked onto chilled trays where it's frozen, then boxed when we're done, and that right there is ready for customers to pick up. And now we're gonna take a walk and go into the cooler. And here's the beef hanging in the aging cooler. You'll see everyone says not for sale. We got the date on there, the farmer's name, and the weight. That way everybody's beef has its own tag.
Cutting meat here at Weimer Meats, there's many tools that we use, and one of the tools that we use is a bone scraper. This is used to take the filings off after running it through the saw. We clean every single piece of meat that's run through the saw before it's packaged. Some other tools that of course we have to have is sharp knives. You got to be able to sharpen a knife, to have nice sharp knives to get that meat cut up. One of the other pieces of equipment that we have is a vacuum packer. At the USDA location, we have a bigger vacuum packer than this one. And that's mainly for those retail cuts that need bigger packaging, so it can be shipped out to restaurants or bigger portions. This is a smaller one, but it's very efficient, and we get a lot of meat processed very quickly with this piece of equipment.
Right now we're going to talk a little bit about deer processing. We're here for all seasons, archery, early archery, rifle, muzzleloader in that late season. Make a lot of different products you can get: bologna, kibasi, sausages, pepper sticks. We can add cheese to it if you want. We can add beef, pork, fat for you. Whatever you need done, we can accommodate you on the deer processing. We also do any kind of wild game, anything from elk, bear, mule deer, elk, whatever you get, we can process it for you. And we're also involved in Hunters Share the Harvest. So if you're that guy who just needs 1 or 2 deer for the freezer, and you're looking for something to do with the rest of your deer, you can donate it to Share the Harvest. It's no cost to the hunter, last 4 years in a row, and it's a great cause. The Westmoreland County Food Bank picks the meat up right here, and they look forward to it. Every deer can feed up to 8 families, and it's a great program. Or maybe you're that guy who don't like deer meat and you still enjoy hunting. It's a great program for you to get involved with.
One of the big questions always is about late night drop off. How should we take care of our deer? If it's during our business hours, of course you would come in the office, I would be there, and we can fill out a form here. You can custom cut it however way you prefer. Of course, all the deer are vacuum sealed. We prefer that it's done that way. If you don't want it wrapped, it's unlikely that we'll let you do that, but for certain circumstances, we will let you do that. But we custom cut it. You call in or you visit the next day, and you can fill out this form with me. We can discuss what kind of cuts works for your family. If it's an after night drop off, our number will be posted here at the door or in our back. When you go further in the back in the building here, there's a door there with a sign of where you can drop off your deer. You would simply just put your number. The biggest thing that I have a complaint with the Game Commission is that they have your address and name on there, but your phone number is not. So if you can put us a phone number that identifies every single carcass deer with that green tag. This year I'm sure it will be a different color, but that green tag, it will identify each and every carcass that we're able to then contact you on how that deer needs to be processed. Our numbers will be posted, our personal numbers. We live not very far from here, so we can come and continue to take care of your deer after you've dropped it off after hours. One of the great things that we have to offer here at Weimer Meats during deer processing season is Wild Bill's skulls and hydrographic dipping. It's a one-stop shop, and my brother-in-law, Clint Weimer, does that along with his children, Billy Weimer and Cheyenne Weimer. And Billy Weimer is going to talk a little bit about what Wild Bill's is all about.
All right, well, as Aunt Melinda said, I am Wild Bill. So, we do the full service here. So when you drop your deer off, you will tell whoever's in the front office that you would like one of these wonderful European mounts done, and they will give you a tag to put on the horns. Please put it so that it won't slip off the horns and twist it tight, because it's really a pain in the butt to try to figure all that out. So I brought here a few of our most popular dips. We have the American Eagle and the Kuyu pattern, which are really popular with some of the, people who want something a little different. And then we don't only do deer skulls, we also do cow skulls and any other animal skulls around. We also do some smaller gun parts and things like that on occasion. And then we have our American flag down here. And then even if you don't bring a deer in and you just have the head, we can do the head for you. We can put it on a fake skull, or we can even re-dip it, or if you try to do it and it didn't work out, we can redo that for you. We do a burnt look here, and then everything is sealed up nice and gives you the full process.
Here at Weimer Meats, we have all sorts of interesting things within our family, and I'm proud to say that my niece Cheyenne here is going to bring a whole new business and aspect to farming.
So this is definitely a family business. I started coming in here when I was wee little and doing odd jobs, even just like putting labeling on the packages, and come today where I'm answering phones, doing really anything my aunt and uncle asked me to do. But growing up on this farm and working in the butcher shop, I'm really feel grateful I've had the opportunity to see a wide range of processes. I've raised my own animals I show at the county fair. So really getting to see the process of animals from birth all the way through market to getting to enjoy my own hard work with a meal from the animals that I've helped raise. And that's something I feel like a lot of people don't understand, all the work that goes into it and truly how many people it does take and the process in general. But as I've grown older, I'm really interested in science, and I've always wanted to be a vet, and I'm really excited that next fall I'm going to start my college education down south in Auburn University for animal science with a focus in veterinary medicine. So hopefully here within the next couple of years I'll finish that degree and then go on to veterinary school, and I'm really excited to come back here and be able to help my family with our animals through doing veterinary medicine, but also the community as well. So I really think the agriculture industry is something that's really great people, great process, doing great things. So definitely looking forward to coming back here and playing a large role in this community.
One thing I wanted to mention here that we kind of forgot about was we offer livestock hauling here at Weimer Meats. If you're a customer of ours, no matter how far away you are, we'll haul your animals, haul your livestock in here for you. And like I said, it don't matter where you're from or how far away you are, we'll cover that for you.
Some people say, how is it possible that two people, husband and wife, can work together and run two shops? It's a his and her shop. Here at the custom shop, I run that show. Wade runs the USDA shop. If you want to come see me, it's 559 Weimer Road. It's Weimerville here. So it's Weimer Road, New Alexandria, 15670. If you'd like to see Wade,
it's 1034 Industrial Blvd, Bradenville, PA 15620.
And that's the USDA location. So we're here to serve you, whether it's custom or USDA.
Melinda mentioned Weimerville. I'll give you a little bit of history. The business was started by my grandfather and his three boys, who are my uncles, and everybody still lives right here together, and that's why we call it Weimerville.
Here at Weimer Meats, we offer many other things as well. As Wade has mentioned, livestock hauling. If you're looking for a roasting pig for a party, we can offer that as well. We do anything just the same as a farmer would bring something us to process. If you're looking for a quarter or a half of beef, half a pig, lambs, chicken products, we offer chicken processing here at the custom facility. Anything that you can think of, we probably can get it for you, have it. If it's not raised here at the farm, you know, we ask around, or we have other farmers that are friends of ours that we can help you out and get you what you need. Also, we are participants and help at the 4-H fairs. We go and we're the processor there, but not only are we the processor there, we also bid on animals to help the 4-H kids. So we'll be at all the local fairs and the market sales to help this year as well. If you're looking for a packet of information, at any point in time, it's a one-stop, one phone number you need to call. That's 724-668-7062. That number will operate for both locations. So at any point that you need for the custom or USDA location, you just call that number, and generally myself, Melinda, I'm the one answering the phone. If it's not me, it's a fill-in, and they'll get the message to me. After that, you know, we also help with local fundraisers. If you're looking, you know, for somebody to purchase for a meat ticket, if you're running a meat ticket for a nonprofit organization or anything like that, maybe you're raffling off a basket and need a gift card, we offer all those things here as well. It's unlimited on what we can do for you, but we're here to serve the community, and we're here to stay. This is the third generation that's been running this business. As you met earlier, my son Blake and Travis Weimer, both boys, they have high interest in agriculture. And of course, you've met my niece that's going to be a vet. And of course, we have Wild Bills with skulls here. They're both, it's a family affair here. We're here to serve the community, as I said. We're known for customer satisfaction, here to answer questions and use our professional knowledge to get the job done. So we welcome you and with open arms, and hope that you reach out to us for your future needs in the meat industry.